Let's get one thing straight. Life doesn't slow down for anyone. It's either you swim or you sink. There's no lifeguard coming, no rescue boat. No one is going to swim out and pull you to shore. This is your ocean now. And in this ocean, you got two choices. You move or you drown. That might sound harsh, but it's real. See, the world we live in, it's fast, it's cold, it's unpredictable. It doesn't care how tired you are, how many times you failed, or how bad yesterday hurt. And that's not meant to break you. It's meant to wake you up. Because once you understand that nobody is coming to save you, you finally realize the power you already have. You stop waiting and you start becoming. You start moving different, thinking different. You stop letting life bully you around, and you begin to rise like the force you were born to be. That's what the shark mindset is all about. It's not about being perfect. It's not about being fearless. It's about survival. It's about choosing to keep going, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. Look, sharks never stop swimming, ever. Why? Because if they stop, they die. They literally need movement to survive. It's how they breathe. It's how they live. That's not just a biological fact. That's a lesson. That's a lifestyle. Because the same thing applies to us. When you stop moving forward, when you stop chasing your purpose, when you give up on your growth, you start dying inside, slowly, quietly, and then one day, you look in the mirror and barely recognize the person staring back at you. Don't let that happen. Because here's the truth. You're not weak. You're not broken. You're not too late. You're just stuck. And you know what gets you unstuck? Motion, action, momentum. It's not about making one giant leap. It's about swimming forward, inch by inch, every single day. It's showing up when you don't feel like it. It's keeping your head up when life tries to pull you under. It's looking at the chaos around you and choosing not to drown in it. And yeah, sometimes the water will be cold. Sometimes the waves will crash hard. And yeah, people will doubt you. They'll tell you it's impossible, that you should just settle, play it safe, float. But you weren't born to float. You weren't born to be average. You weren't born to watch everyone else live their dream while you're stuck on the sidelines pretending you're fine. You were born to move, to grow, to evolve, to hunt your greatness down like your life depends on it. Because it does. Now, look, I get it. Maybe you've been through some stuff. Maybe you failed more times than you can count. Maybe you've been betrayed, broken, rejected. Maybe the world convinced you you're not good enough. But let me tell you something. Sharks don't care what's behind them. They don't swim backward. They only know one direction, forward. So whatever pain you've been carrying, whatever fear has been holding you hostage, it's time to let it go. It's time to drop the anchor. Because the longer you hold on to it, the deeper you sink. This is your wake-up call. This is your no more excuses moment. This is where everything changes, not because the ocean gets easier, but because you get stronger. You learn to navigate through the chaos. You stop waiting for permission. You stop asking for validation. You stop pretending you're okay, just floating through life. And you start swimming like your greatness is on the line, because it is. The truth is, life isn't always fair. Sometimes it throws storms your way, but the storm wasn't sent to destroy you. It was sent to reveal you, to show you who you really are, to remind you that you're not here by accident. You got something inside you, a fire, a purpose, a voice that the world needs. But you'll never unlock that power by standing still. You unlock it when you start swimming. So today, decide. Decide you're done sinking. Decide you're done hiding. Decide you're done playing small for people who never had the courage to be big. Decide you're done living a life that doesn't light your soul on fire. You're not meant to tread water. You're meant to dominate the deep. So let the world call you crazy. Let them doubt you. Let them whisper. But while they watch, you swim. While they talk, you move. While they stall, you grow. Because at the end of the day, you either swim or sink. And I know something about you. You didn't come this far to drown. You didn't survive all that pain just to give up now. You were born to rise, to fight, to conquer. You were born to swim. So start today. Start now. Swim. You want to know the difference between people who make it and people who don't? Hunger, not skill, not luck, not connections. Just hunger, that fire in the belly, that craving for more, that refusal to settle. That's what separates the average from the unstoppable. It's not always about who's the smartest or the most talented. It's about who wants it more. You've got to want it like your next breath. The shark mindset isn't about being aggressive just for the sake of it. It's about being relentless. It's about waking up every day with something to prove, not to the world, but to yourself. It's about never getting comfortable, never getting soft, never thinking you've made it. You stay hungry by remembering what it felt like to be overlooked, to be counted out, to be underestimated. And instead of letting that break you, you let it fuel you. You let it drive you to a place they never saw coming. Because when you're truly hungry, you stop making excuses. You stop blaming your past. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. You get up, you move, you grind. And that hunger, it gives you a kind of power that talent can't touch. See, comfort is the enemy of growth. The second you start thinking, I'm good now, you're done. That's when the edge dulls. That's when you start floating instead of swimming. That's when the people behind you, the ones hungrier than you, catch up and pass you. You gotta ask yourself, what are you still chasing? Because the moment you stop chasing, the moment you stop being hungry for progress, for better, for greatness, you lose. Not just in business, not just in competition. You lose yourself. Hunger keeps you sharp. It keeps your eyes open, your instincts alert. It keeps your soul alive. Think about it. When a shark smells blood in the water, even just a drop, it switches into another gear. That's how you've got to be with your goals. The moment you catch even a glimpse of an opportunity, of a breakthrough, of a better life, you lock in, you go in for it. You don't hesitate. You don't overthink. You don't scroll past it. You don't sleep on it. You move. But here's the truth. Hunger isn't just about ambition. It's also about memory. It's about remember where you came from, the nights you cried in silence, the days you felt invisible, the failures, the setbacks, the rejections. You don't run from those memories. You keep them close because they remind you why you can't go back, why you can't quit, why you can't afford to be lazy or passive or numb. You stay hungry by staying connected to your why. Why did you start? Why did you decide to change your life? Why do you keep showing up, even when no one claps for you? Hold on to that. Guard it with your life. Because the world will try to distract you, tempt you, calm that fire inside you. It will whisper, relax. You've done enough. Take it easy. That voice is a trap. Because the moment you start coasting, you start sinking. Sharks don't coast. Sharks hunt. And you, my friend, weren't born to chill. You were born to chase something, to build something, to lead, to inspire, to become someone who can't be ignored. So if you feel tired, good. That means you're working. If you feel frustrated, good. That means you care. If you feel like giving up, good. That means you're close to something worth fighting for. But whatever you do, don't lose the hunger. Don't let temporary comfort kill permanent potential. Don't let someone else's doubt become your destiny. Don't let the dream die just because it's taking longer than you thought. Stay hungry. Hungry for progress. Hungry for peace. Hungry for power. Hungry to be better than you were yesterday. And no, you're not competing with anyone else. You're competing with your potential, with the highest version of you, the one you haven't met yet, the one who already exists inside you, just waiting to be revealed. But that version of you, they don't show up unless you keep swimming, unless you stay hungry. So today, ask yourself, am I chasing or coasting? Am I fighting or floating? Am I hungry or have I settled? And if you don't like your answer, change it right now, because hunger can't wait. Every second you wait is a second you fall behind. Every excuse you make is a step further from your greatness. And every goal you delay is a gift to your doubts. So show up, stay sharp, keep pushing, stay awake to the opportunity in front of you. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. Sharks don't wait for calm water. They dominate whatever ocean they're in. You've got what it takes, but you'll only find it if you stay hungry. There's something brutal, but beautiful about sharks. They don't stop swimming, ever, because if they stop, even for a moment, they die, literally. And that right there, that's the mindset we're talking about. That's what separates people who break through and people who break down. Keep moving or die. No, I don't mean physically die. I mean your purpose dies. Your passion dies. That fire in your chest, it fades. You become a shell of who you were meant to be, all because you got stuck. And here's the truth. Life will try to freeze you. It'll throw things at you, heartbreak, failure, burnout, rejection. And all of it is designed to do one thing: stop you in your tracks. But you can't let it, because once you stop, the doubts creep in. Once you stop, the fear starts winning. Once you stop, the hunger fades. You start to forget why you started. You start to shrink, to play it safe, to stay in the same place, doing the same things, pretending like you're okay with it. Even though deep down, you know you're built for more. That's why you've got to move anyway. Even if you're scared, even if you're tired, even if you feel like you got nothing left. Especially then, because the ones who make it in this life aren't the ones who had the easiest path. They're the ones who refuse to stay still. The ones who kept getting back up. The ones who kept grinding when it felt like nothing was working. The ones who moved even when it hurt. Let me tell you something real. Motion creates momentum. You don't need to have all the answers right now. You don't need to have the perfect plan. You just need to take a step. And then another. And then another. Small movements lead to big changes. You can't steer a parked car. You can't guide a life that's stuck in neutral. You have to shift into drive. Even if you're crawling at first, crawling is better than standing still. See, sharks don't swim because they want to look cool. They swim because it's survival. That's how you got to think. You move because your dreams depend on it. You move because your family's counting on it. You move because the version of you were born to become is still out there. And the only way to meet them is to keep going. It's not about hype. It's not about motivation. It's about discipline, grit, purpose. You want to know why so many people never reach their potential? Because the moment it gets hard, they freeze. They overthink. They spiral. They say, maybe this isn't for me. They stop showing up. They stop taking the little steps that lead to something real. But not you. Not anymore. You're going to move. And you're going to keep moving. You're going to stop letting fear paralyze you. You're going to stop letting yesterday define you. You're going to stop letting the unknown scare you out of your breakthrough. Because the truth is, you already know what you need to do. Deep down, you know, you've just been waiting, or doubting, or hoping someone else will do it for you. But that ends today. There is no rescue team coming. No magic shortcut. No cheat code. It's on you. Your feet. Your hands. Your heart. Your hustle. You want change? You want transformation? Then move. Get up. Shift gears. Start becoming the person who doesn't let life slow them down anymore. You are not stuck. You're just paused. And pauses are temporary if you decide to move again. So move. Physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, emotionally. Push through that mental fog. Push through that doubt. Push through the pain of the past. Push through the laziness that whispers, just rest a little longer. Forget comfort. Comfort is the killer of greatness. You weren't born for average. You weren't born to just exist. You were born to advance, to climb, to stretch, to swim like the shark you are, eyes forward, motion constant, heart locked in. This is your life we're talking about, not a dress rehearsal, not a practice run. You don't have the luxury to stay still. Keep moving or die. Die to your dreams. Die to your potential. Die to the fire inside you. But I know that's not who you are. Because if you were, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be listening. You wouldn't still be reading. Still searching. Still hungry. So let's go. Start now. Start ugly. Start with doubt in your chest and courage in your steps. One rep, one call, one decision, one uncomfortable conversation, one brave moment at a time. That's all it takes to turn the tide. And once you move, once you feel that power inside you again, you'll remember this is what you were made for. Not to float, not to wait, but to swim. Like a shark. Relentless. Focused. Alive. So what's your next move? Because standing still isn't an option anymore. You ever seen what happens when there's blood in the water? A shark doesn't hesitate. It doesn't ask questions. It doesn't second guess. It locks in. Laser focused. Driven. Unstoppable. Why? Because to a shark, blood means opportunity. Blood means it's time to eat. Blood means the hunt is on. Now I want you to take that image, that intensity, and bring it into your life. Because blood in the water isn't just about predators and prey. It's a metaphor for moments in life where everything is on the line. Moments where weakness shows. Moments where pressure builds. Moments where people start backing away, doubting, running scared. But not you, not with the shark mindset. You see weakness? You move. You see challenge? You push harder. You smell doubt? You go in for the win. That's what separates the few from the many. Not talent, not resources, not luck, but what they do when they sense blood in the water. Because here's the truth. Every single person alive has moments of pain, failure, fear, and brokenness. Everybody bleeds at some point. But most people, they run from it. They hide their pain. They avoid the pressure. They try to patch up the wound quick and pretend everything's fine. Sharks? Sharks don't run from blood. They chase it. They chase the pain. They chase the challenge. They chase the fight. And that's what you've got to do with your own life. You've been through some stuff. You've been hurt. You've been told no. You've been overlooked, underestimated, and maybe even betrayed. Good. There's your blood in the water. Now what? Are you going to sit there and feel sorry for yourself? Are you going to keep playing the victim? Or are you going to say, okay, this is the moment. This is where I flip the switch. Because life is going to test you. That's not a maybe. It's a guarantee. People will doubt you. Circumstances will shake you. Life will cut you. And when it does, you got two options. Be the prey or be the predator. Most people crumble when pressure hits. They fold when it gets uncomfortable. They wait for the pain to pass, hoping things magically get better. But you're different. You're wide like a shark. You don't fear the blood. You feed on it. You take every setback and turn it into fuel. You say, oh, that's how it is? Cool. Watch me get up anyway. That failure? That just woke me up. That loss? That just lit a fire. That disrespect? That just made me lock in even harder. Because here's what most don't realize. Your breakthrough is often hiding in your breakdown. That moment when you feel like giving up. That's the exact moment to lean in. Because sharks don't just survive, they hunt. They aren't just out here floating around. They are on mission. And you got to be on mission too. What's your mission? Is it to prove something? To rise up your family? To be the first one who didn't quit? To become the version of yourself that no one thought possible? Then act like it. Because the people who win in this life aren't the ones with the cleanest stories. They're the ones who took their scars and said, this isn't the end of me. This is the beginning of the beast. That blood you feel, that pain in your chest, that pit in your stomach, that's your fuel. You don't need perfect circumstances. You don't need applause. You don't need everyone to believe in you. You just need the mindset to move when most freeze. And when you develop that, when you show up to life like a shark in the ocean, locked in on your next goal, there is no stopping you. You stop letting emotions run your life. You stop waiting for the right time. You stop caring about the people who don't see your vision. You wake up and get hungry again. And when people sense that hunger in you, when they see that focus in your eyes, when they feel that power behind your actions, they know not to mess with you. They feel it. It's energy. It's presence. It's your instinct showing up before you even open your mouth. That's what blood in the water does to sharks. That's what pain can do for you if you don't waste it. So here's the challenge. What's bleeding in your life right now? What's hurting? What's broken? Instead of hiding it, chase it, face it, use it, move through it like the predator you are. Because the world doesn't need more people pretending they're okay. It needs more people who are bold enough to turn their wounds into weapons. More people who say, yeah, I bled. Yeah, I've struggled. But I kept moving. I kept building. I kept showing up. That's power. That's shark mindset. And once you embrace it, once you lean into blood instead of running from it, everything changes. The fear fades. The excuses die. And the real you, the unstoppable, undeniable, unbreakable you, that's when they show up. So next time life hits you and you taste blood in your mouth, don't panic. Smirk, because now the beast is awake. And it's time to hunt. Sharks have a rule. They don't swim backward. Not because they choose not to, but because they can't. The way they're built, the way they move, the way they live, it's always forward. No matter what. If they stop moving, they die. If they try to back up, they drown. And if that doesn't scream life lesson, I don't know what does. So let me talk to you, not the version of you that's been hiding, doubting, playing small. I want to talk to the one deep inside you, the one that knows they're meant for more, because you weren't built to go backward either. You weren't built to keep reliving the past, rehearsing the pain, repeating the story of why it didn't work, who left you or why you failed. That version of you, it had a purpose, but it's done now, and the only direction that's going to save you now is forward. See, we've all been through stuff. We've all had heartbreaks, failures, embarrassing moments, moments we wish we could undo or erase. But that's not how growth works. You don't grow by rewinding. You grow by refusing to look back. It's time to stop swimming in circles. You keep replaying the same day, the same doubt, the same fear, and wondering why nothing is changing. You've got dreams? Then it's time to start moving like someone who believes in them. And let me say this clearly. Forward isn't always fast. Sometimes forward looks like dragging yourself out of bed when your soul feels heavy. Sometimes forward is saying no to something you would have said yes to last year. Sometimes forward is just being 1% better today. But it's still forward. And that's the rule, no backward swimming. Let the sharks remind you, don't stay still. Don't float. Don't freeze. Because you weren't built to go back to who you used to be. There's nothing for you back there. Not the old habits. Not the toxic relationships. Not the small thinking. Sometimes forward means showing up even when you're doubting yourself. Sometimes it means working in silence while everyone else posts their highlight reel. Sometimes it means building a foundation so strong no storm can knock it over, even if no one sees it right now. But all of it counts. All of it matters. You don't have to sprint, but you do have to move, even if it's one small stroke at a time, even if you're tired, even if no one claps for you, even if the results haven't caught up yet, because sharks don't swim backward, and neither do champions. The moment you decide to never go back, that's when your life starts to shift. No going back to self-doubt. No going back to procrastination. No going back to waiting on motivation. It's movement now. All gas. No reverse. Because when you keep moving, you build power. When you keep swimming, you build belief. And eventually you look up one day and realize you're not where you started. You're not who you were. You're built different now. You've evolved. You've endured. And now you're dangerous. That's the power of no backward swimming. You become too focused to fall off, too intentional to be distracted, too determined to entertain drama, laziness, or fear. So here's what I want you to do. Every time your mind tries to pull you back into old habits, every time someone tries to talk you out of your goals, every time life hits and you feel like giving up, picture that shark. Silent, sharp, focused, moving forward. No reverse. Say to yourself, I don't swim backward. Because you don't, you won't, and you never will again. This life, it rewards the ones who keep swimming. Even when it's hard. Even when the water is cold. Even when no one sees the grind. Sharks don't need applause. They need direction. So get yours. Lock in. And don't stop. You're not built to sink. You're built to dominate. So keep swimming, champ. Your greatness is waiting upstream. Section 5, be the shark. The shark mindset isn't about being mean or aggressive. It's about being relentless, about owning your lane, about not shrinking to fit anyone else's expectations. It's about knowing who you are and refusing to stop until you become it. Sharks don't compare. They don't doubt themselves. They just swim. They just hunt. They just are. So ask yourself, are you going to be the kind of person who watches others chase their dreams, or the one who goes out and takes what's yours? Because deep down, you already know the answer. If nobody's told you today, let me be the first. You were born to be great. You were not put on this earth to be average. You were not born to just float. You've got power, purpose, fire. You got that shark mindset inside you. You just have to turn it on. So stop waiting. Stop doubting. Stop watching everyone else swim past you. Start becoming. Start moving. Start dominating. And if this hit your soul, if you felt that fire rise up in you, share and subscribe, because this community is for people like you, for sharks, for fighters, for believers. Let's go eat.